What is up, guys? We are live. Zach Ginn here. How's it going? In today's video, we are really going to go over how to turn $400 into $40,000. That's right, guys. In today's video, we're going to break it all down for you so you can have the best success in your wholesaling real estate business. But before we get into it, guys, remember you need to smash that like button and subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm so I can help you out in your real estate wholesaling business. So before we get into it, guys, I really want to hear your opinions on wholesaling real estate. What's your opinions on it? Is this wholesaling real estate thing a scam? I know so many people in wholesaling go tell me that this business is terrible. It's a scam. You know, my uncle tells me about it. I don't know how it works. So really what I wanted to tell you in this video is how effectively today you can turn $400 into 40,000. And that's pretty easy in my opinion. I mean, in my wholesaling real estate business, I'm able to easily and consistently do $40,000 deals with the power of wholesaling real estate. And how am I able to do this? Well, there's a multitude of reasons why, but the number one reason is consistency. But let's break it down. So what is wholesaling real estate? You guys might not know. So wholesaling real estate is basically the art of finding discounted properties. So let's say, for example, I found someone who wanted to sell their car for $1,000. Okay. And what if someone, let's say I write up a contract, I'm going to buy this thing for $1,000 and someone agrees, you know, it's probably worth $1,500. I could theoretically sell that contract to someone who wanted to buy that car and make $500 on that. You do the same thing with real estate. It's a very easy, simple process, and it's one of the best ones out there. So $400 into $40,000. The easiest way is through wholesaling real estate. So again, wholesaling real estate, you're finding discounted properties, kind of like you're looking for a discounted car. You're looking for a discounted property. That's the easiest way you can do it. We're called the pawn shop of real estate. I call it the used car dealership of real estate. We're basically trying to be the used car dealership for houses. We don't really wholesale regular houses. So we're basically the used car dealership of housing. So that's the pretty cool part about it. So with $400, you don't have much options in wholesaling. I mean, I do a lot of direct mail. It's very expensive to do direct mail, and not a lot of people do direct mail because they don't have the budget for it. So the number one thing I can tell you right now, if you want success right now with $400, there's a very low level, a very low amount of possible ways we can get it going. So before I break it down, guys, I'm going to see some comments I got from you guys. Keep showing the love here. All right, we're just getting the settings all going. Make sure we're loading everything up here. All right, boom, boom, boom. So awesome. So with $400, we don't have many marketing channels. I mean, the number one marketing channel that we currently have for wholesaling real estate, especially if you want massive success in this business, is drawing for dollars. I tell everybody when it comes to drawing for dollars, that is the best way to spend $400. There's no other way to spend $400 correctly except for drawing for dollars, cold calling, door knocking, and government lists. If you are within that category, that's where your $400 turns into $40,000. So not a lot of people know about my current story or my story when I started out in wholesaling real estate, but it's a very interesting story. I started out with $300 and I turned that into $100,000 before I graduated high school. How did I do that? Quick analogy with that one is I actually bought bandit signs back in the day. Back in my day, in my market, bandit signs were actually a very good way for finding motivated sellers. It was a very good way for actually finding deals, but it's changed a little. I have to say bandit signs are not a good marketing strategy right now. They're just, I don't recommend it. Probably just not the best one for you or for me right now. So what I would tell you right now, if you want to get into wholesaling real estate today, I recommend drawing for dollars. So this is a quick step-by-step guide on turning that $400 into 40,000. And this is a fun one, guys. So how are you going to turn $400 into 40,000? Pretty easy. What I want you to do is go in your car and I want you to find properties that are distressed. They don't look too good. They're really not the best condition possible. Look for bad roofs. Look for just disgusting, like sometimes like in Florida, like I'll look for drawing for dollars. I'll see mildew. I'll see other types of disgusting types of just mildew on the property. I'll see roof damage. I'll see a bunch of toys. I'll see very high grass. High grass is probably my favorite one out there. But that is the best way to turn $400 into $40,000. And you're going to write down the addresses, or you can use listrei.com. There's so many options out there for wholesaling real estate for you to have success. But my biggest recommendation, like currently right now in today's market, would most likely, I would say driving for dollars about 3 hours a day. That's kind of what I was thinking of before I go on this live. I think 3 hours a day is the perfect scenario for you to turn $400 into $40,000, because again, $400 is just going to be your gas money. I mean, it's free to go call these sellers. My ask Zach, I found a good property. How do I actually call this person and see if it'll be a good real estate wholesaling deal? Easiest way is to go to truepeoplesearch.com. Again, that is truepeoplesearch.com. That's how you put in the address in there. You'll find their phone number pretty easy. You actually download Google Voice and actually call these people and ask them just to have conversations and see what it'll be do. So it's simple, guys. I'm trying to bring back simplicity in wholesaling real estate. That is truly what I want to do. That's honestly the easiest way to make $400 into $40,000. Again, we're going to go meet with that seller. We're going to call them, see if they're interested in selling the property. Ask them this cold calling quote. Hey, is this John Smith? Yes, this is John Smith. Are you the owner of 123 Main Street? Yes. And then you're going to ask them if they're interested in selling that property. Guess what? If they say they're interested in selling that property, guess what we're going to do? We're going to have a conversation with them. And then we're going to ask them 4 questions. These are the easiest 4 questions, these are 4 pillars. Everyone says, I always repeat myself like crazy saying this, but it's the honest truth. The 4 pillars and the 4 questions you have to ask is, number 1, motivation. Ask them why they're interested in selling the property. You'll be surprised at the answers you'll get, but you'll be shocked, guys. So those are really the 4. That's the 1 pillar there, motivation. Number 2 here is condition. What is the condition of the property? Number 3 here is time frame. And then 4 is the price. Simple. Like, guys, I'll say this 50 million times. Motivation, time frame, condition, and price. The 4 easiest pillars when it comes to wholesaling real estate. That's where I've had the best success, and that's what I think you guys should start doing today. That is how you turn $400 into $40,000. That is step 1, driving for dollars. Again, once you ask those questions, you're just going to see if they're really motivated in selling the property. You're going to meet them. You're going to go download a contract, and then boom, you're going to go get the contract signed when you meet them, or you do virtual wholesaling and get it signed virtually. But if you're physically drawing for dollars, it's probably best that you actually go meet them in person. Go to Facebook, find cash buyers. Once you lock up that contract, go to the title company, boom, assign it for a profit. So really quickly, guys, the wholesaling process, if you're brand new into this is the best way to really explain it. Let me explain it really quickly on the macro scale. The macro scale for wholesaling real estate is you do marketing. Marketing is the way that we find motivated sellers. Motivated sellers are people who want to sell their property for a deep discount for basically a wide array of reasons. They could be wanting to sell because they're getting a job change. Maybe it's a tenant and they're a landlord. They just don't want to deal with it. I've had this done so many times with me. We're wholesaling a deal right now for $40,000, and the guy just is sick of the tenant. They've trashed the house. They had a couple pit bulls in there. I love pit bulls, but they destroyed that property. And I mean, this is just like a general way to say it, but the reason why a pit bull might destroy property, not because of the pit bull is a bad breed, but it's just a bad owner. And that's the easiest way that I can really describe it. It's just a bad owner. So that's probably what I'd say right now. You just got to be very careful, but that's when it comes to the bad tenant, I mean, I don't want to get on a rant here, but it's always about not the tenant. That's always the issue with these properties, especially when you're dealing with a bad tenant, quote unquote. It's always the bad landlord, and they usually get it and ruin it that way. So that's probably what I'd say on that one. But overall, that's what I would say is a reason for someone to be motivated in wholesaling real estate. And then after that, what we're going to do is we are going to go call and find these motivated sellers. So either we drive for dollars and call them, or we can go cold call off a government list. Again, the best government list: water shutoffs, fire damage properties. You could do tax liens, divorce. You could do utility liens lists. There's so many out there, but I would call a government list. And then from there, after calling the government list, again, we're using True People Search to find these people, ask them if they're the owner. If they are the owner, we're going to ask them if they're interested in selling the property. If not, we're going to ask them literally just 4 questions. From there, try to meet them, find out what the property's worth. On freewholesaling.com, I show you exactly how to find it. Then from there, meet them, get a contract signed, put a $100 earnest money deposit, bring it to the title company, find a cash buyer on Facebook. Again, in freewholesaling.com, I'll show you how to add 250 cash buyers a day. There's no better way out there for wholesaling real estate to have success than cash buyers with Dispo. Have the cash buyer walk to the property, boom, get the assignment, put the deposit from the cash buyer to the title company, and boom, you're making money, guys. That's what it's all about. So that's my personal opinion. That's where I found the best success in wholesaling real estate. How to turn $400 into $40,000. You can do that cold calling. Cold calling is the same exact thing, except you're calling a lot more with Google Voice, and that has just how I've turned $300 into $100,000 to the $100K a month empire that we have now for a wholesaling business. So it's amazing, guys. Oh, sorry, I get some water, guys. But yeah, guys, that's where I've had the best success in my wholesaling. Let me know where you guys have had the best success in your business. I want to know how you have turned $400 into $40,000. And again, the gurus are in danger on this one because we are just spitting free game out. So let me know what questions you guys have. I'm here to help you guys out in your wholesaling business. Again, I wanted to just give my best advice for $400 into $40,000. Trying for dollars and cold calling right now are probably the best ones out there. Of course, listrei.com is pretty good, but overall, you just got to check. So that's what I'd say. That's my opinion. So let's see some questions we got. We got Leon says, I think I'm a little early, LOL. Guru's in danger. Let's go. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's be grateful, and at least we can like and share. Gracias, Zach and Rick, for all your help, of course. Let's go. Hello, what is up? Yo. I wholesale right now. It's great. Dude, Aaron, wholesaling is amazing. Thank you for everything, Zach. Of course. Hey, what is up, guys? Byzantine Bingo says, not a scam. People are paying for a service they need 100%. Aaron does 5 deals in 5 weeks. Sweet. Cynthia wants to know how the easiest way to turn $400 into $40,000 is just flipping paper. That's what wholesaling real estate is all about. It is literally flipping paper. Flipping paper is one of the easiest ways in wholesaling real estate to have success. You're literally getting a property under contract. After you're done getting the property under contract, literally all you got to do is find someone who's willing to pay an extra profit on top of that, and boom, you're good. That's how easy and simple this wholesaling real estate business should be. Like, you're literally flipping the paper. Again, you got to do everything legally and make sure everything's all good. But overall, where I've seen the best success here, Cynthia, is by wholesaling real estate. If you want to know how, again, if you go to freewholesaling.com, again, below here is freewholesaling.com. That is the easiest and best way. I show you exactly step-by-step how to get into wholesaling real estate. And again, you go to these lives, ask any questions you got. I'll always help you out. But that's what I would say. It's not a scam, but I've been trying for years to get it together. I had no success as of yet. If you have no success as of yet, I check out freewholesaling.com. My guy, what's up? What's up? Josh says, well, I had to cancel my first contract. That sucked. Whoever gained one belief of an education from it. I'm telling you, that's the best education you could be getting right now, is just by doing that. Boom, boom, boom. One Arrow says, thank you for the help, Zach. I appreciate it. Thank you. One Arrow says, I have $2,000. What would you invest them in with wholesaling? If I had $2,000 right now, especially when it comes to wholesaling real estate, that's a tough one. $2,000, I would probably drive for dollars. I would spend that on skip tracing and probably invest in a dialer. I don't want to spend all the money instantly. That might be a tad of a waste. So what? $2,000. I would say the best use of $2,000 right now would probably still be cold calling. I don't think $2,000 is that much amount of money, but I'd probably be paying someone to cold call for me for about a month or two, or cold calling while I'm cold calling too. That's probably what I would say. Great questions, guys. I appreciate it. You're the best. I appreciate it, Sam. Thank you. G-Dog. Hey Zach, would you care to run a comp for me? Of course. Let me know. Give me the address. I'll always run the comps for you there. Wow, saving money. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you. Isaiah says it's in Southern California, which I know isn't your market, but let me know if you feel comfortable. Yeah, of course I'll run a comp for you. My market is heavy sellers market. Does that affect drawing for dollars? No, I mean my market's heavy sellers too, and there's not really a big issue with that. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. There's a home in really bad condition in a great town. The lady owner of the property says she gets so many calls and texts and direct mail from other people. She's overwhelmed. She doesn't know what to do. There's a home in a really bad condition in a great town. The lady, other people she's over, she doesn't know what to do. Olivia, the easiest way is just have a simple conversation with her. You cannot complicate this business, Olivia, especially with her. Do not complicate it. You're going to get in trouble complicating this business with her. The more complicated you make this whole process to someone who's overwhelmed, it is not going to be good at all. So my best recommendation for you here right now is I would probably just KISS, keep it simple. Not stupid. I'm not calling you stupid, but keep it simple. Keeping this business simple, I'm telling you, you will have the best success doing that. And I cannot say it enough, guys. Keep this business simple and you will have so much success, guys. So keep the business simple. Keep everything simple. You'll see a lot of success from it. Kids in a job, it's hard to drive for 3 hours. Put them in the car. Download the True People Search app. It's the App Store. Awesome. Hey, Zach, they told me to send a disclosure to cash buyer so he won't steal the property behind my back. Yeah, that's probably smart too. I have a lead that wants to sell, but only after her paying non-relative tenants find a home to buy and move. Just give me a second here, guys. Gotta change one thing up here for the settings. Okay, sorry about that. Jose Fernandez says, I have a lead that wants to sell, but after her non-paying relative tenants find a home to buy and move. Any advice, Zach? Get it under contract and just make sure you put on the contract that you agree to close on the date of the date when they get out. So you agree that the property will be vacant upon closing. That is the best way that I would recommend you guys doing that. So that's the best way to do it. Don Burr says, do an hour, get the kids snacks, go around nap time. It's doable. I've seen others doing it. Figure out. You got this. I love it. Thanks for not blaming the dog. Pits are amazing. I'm telling you, pits are amazing. They're sweet animals. I don't have a pit bull, but you're really giving out free game, best real estate tips I've gotten so far. Thank you so much. I'm humbled. Beta 420 is late to the party, but better late than never. It's real estate, your main source of income. Oh, holy moly. Yes. Without a doubt, real estate is my number one source of income. With the other businesses I run, it'll probably be a couple years before that. But I mean, it's the other businesses I run are pretty good outside of real estate, outside of just anything. But probably for the next 10 years, real estate's 100% going to do it. Passive income, does real estate count as that? If it does, then it's always going to be real estate. But I'm talking about like physical wholesaling, my main source of income, of course. Until I get enough rental properties where it's more than that. But again, I'm not going to stop wholesaling at that point. So try cash for keys. That's another decent one too. But again, that would still cost money. Juan Arrow says, let's be grateful. And at least we can do is like and share. Thank you so much. You guys are absolutely the best. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Natty Cashone says, do you have to put the assignment fee in the assignment contract? Can I put the price of the amount? Can I put the price of the amount the buyer is buying the property? Do I have to put the assignment fee in the assignment contract? In the assignment of contract, yes. Make sure your buyer knows because it's going to be on the HUD. So, like, of course, I don't think there's any way not to do it besides that. So, yeah, I 100%. You got to do that. That's definitely a must. I mean, that's my assignment of contract. That's what I do. So yeah, that 100%. Let's see here. SEOL does not tell me. I need to know what you're like, what that thing means. I got to know. When getting a media assignment fee, 20K plus, and the seller sees it, am I risking of losing the deal? Blind HUDs are banned in North Carolina. You won't lose the deal. It might cause a slight issue. I would just do a double closing if you're uncomfortable doing it. Nope, I do not have a Discord. LOL, Guru's punching the air right now. Of course they are. Oh my gosh. Hey, Zach, how do you get rid of renters who don't want to get out even when you offer cash for keys? You either find a buyer that's okay with doing that. That's a very tough one, Jesus here. How do you get rid of a renter who does not want to get out even when you offer cash for keys? You're just going to have to evict them. Have the seller evict them, or actually have the cash buyer buy the property and have them evict them for a really good price. Like, you're going to have to get a very good price on that one. Probably 5 to 10 grand less than their average is on there. Zach, where can I pull from Texas knowing it's a disclosure state? Government lists. I say it a million times. Government lists. Zach, love all the action packed you blast everywhere. Thank you. Guru's in danger. Thank you. I appreciate that. What kind of time frame are you looking at after getting a contract until finding a buyer, and what if you can't find one? That's a pretty good question here. So what kind of time frame are you looking at after getting a contract until finding a buyer? What if you can't find one? So about 30 days, I would say, is probably the most. After 30 days, I'd probably start getting concerned. So, yeah, I would say about 30 days. That's when you start getting a little more concerned with things. I put 45 days in my inspection period. That's just kind of what I like. But overall, I would say 30 days is probably the max you want to do. I do 45 days just to make sure my butt's clean and good, but sometimes it changes. OnYXLUS says, is Orlando too saturated wholesale? No, it's really good wholesale. It's fine. Zach, what would you do with $4,500 in your business account to use? I would probably hire people to cold call. I would scale up cold calling, and then I'd use that on extra leads and extra cold calling. I'd probably do cold calling and scale that up. If $500 for me, I'd probably get people to drive for dollars also for me and cold call for me. That's probably why I do that kind of money. Have you wholesaled the house that is in bankruptcy? Of course. Again, some lingo I want to tell you guys. Some other wholesalers and other guys will like use lingo that you guys don't know about to make you seem dumb or like you don't know anything in real estate. When a wholesaler says BK, that means bankruptcy. Just letting you guys know that's what all that stuff means. So BK, bankruptcy, that's what it means. So have I actually wholesaled the house in bankruptcy? Of course, plenty. Depends what kind of bankruptcy, but yeah, I've done plenty. Corey, this one is an on market. Thanks. 1578. Let's pull it up. 78 San Bernardino Place. Oops. Costa Mesa, California. All right. Let's do it. Oh boy, here we go. Okay. Holy shoot. Let's see if this is the right one. All righty. Okay. So this is a 4-5. Probably not a good wholesaling deal. Let's see. This is on market. This looks like it's on the market. Yeah, it's on the market. Okay. All right, Isaiah. Let's see. I don't know why you're trying to buy this house, but we'll look. Trying to get some details on this. Nice house. I mean, so it's been on Redfin for 222 days. Let's see here. Contemporary Italian, architecture, legal duplex. Huh. Isaiah, if you're trying to wholesale this thing on market, you're probably not going to have good results on it. But I mean, I'm still going to look and see if I can help you out here. All right. So let's look it up. So it looks like this is a all-in-one structure separated as a two. Rented for $4,000 with a separate entrance. So four and a half. Okay. Jeez Louise. Okay. So this listing was removed and put back on. So it looks like they're trying to get 2.9. They've been trying to get that for a while. Looks like there's some similar ones like 2.6. This one, I mean, this is not a cash flowing machine. The one next door sold for 1.5. Let's look that one up. This was 4 bedrooms. It was 2. Let's see here. I'm just doing a really quick one here. I'm just kind of looking. All right, pool. I mean, obviously, that's probably not a good comp there. I'm guessing it's 3,300 square feet. I mean, the rents in California are going to be weird. I can't really use cash flow comps for this one. Look at other 2.3s. Not getting any details on this one, though. I mean, this is right off of Newport Beach, so let's see here. Let's see. I mean, 92627. Let me just use Redfin really quick. $3,300 square feet comps in the area. Okay. This is a 6.5, same zip code. 2 million. It was newer. Let's see if I got the pictures again one more time. And this isn't updated either. I would say you're probably closer. My best guess would be like 2.6. Like that's ARV wise. It's going to be a lot lower. I mean, I would not be wholesaling properties like this though. Keep it super simple. It's the nicest. It's the nicer version. I like that one. Okay, you want to comp? Let's do this. Hopefully this one's a little easier. 7522 Tempio Terrace. Fridley, Minnesota, right? Yeah, 55432. Okay, guys, these are on-market properties. We should not be doing on-market properties. So let's look here. Hmm. Uh, 3-1, 1,182 square feet. Hardwood floors, 3-1. So this one's 1,400 square feet. I think they're pretty much on the spot on that one. You're probably closer to 185 on that one. It kind of really depends on the neighborhood. I mean, I'm not going to spend 30 minutes looking at that, but probably closer to that. But guys, don't be doing on-market properties. It is not the one to do. What does your VA exactly do? Just get the motivation or also condition? They go for yeses. That's basically what they do. Like it. This business isn't complicated, guys. Like for VAs, they're literally just getting yeses for me. They're asking if they're the owner and asking if they're interested in selling. If they are interested in selling the property, then like we're not going to be dealing with this. Like if they are not interested in selling their property, it's not a good lead. If it's not a good lead, or acquisitions people aren't going to go after it. That's what we do. Like, guys, that's as simple as this business should be. My VA goes for yeses and they go for motivation. They ask kind of easily on the motivation, but probably not. Most of the time, someone from our company are going to go reach you out and talk to you. Simple as that. John Correa says, in PropStream, after you use the filters, do you put every house that you see in the list, or do you pick and choose? After you use the filters, do you put every house that you see in the list, or do you pick and choose? I put everyone in the list after my filters. How do you create a SMS campaign with automatic do's and don'ts? If you go to freewholesaling.com, it's in there. But I create an SMS campaign with smszach.com. That's really who I use for my SMS campaigns. The do's and don'ts of text messaging. Look up batch leads tutorial space flip with Rick. We just did one. It'll show you the do's and don'ts. Some of the do's in text blasting is being very creative, using spinner tokens and going from there. But some of the don'ts, the ones that I would personally avoid, is I would avoid using really bad keywords, using things like sell house quick or sell house cash. That's probably something I'd start doing. Another one I'd 100% start recommending for you is, if you want to actually get like some good results with your text blasting, I want you guys to start switching up your numbers often, start testing and looking up your KPIs. That's something really big. And don't get into conversations and don't start trying to close deals over text. That's the do's and don'ts I would tell you right now. Make sure you're automated. Make sure you have a great system in place. That's the best tips I can give to you. Olivia Summers says here, yes, the property owner is overwhelmed with all the direct emails and phone calls from other sellers. She doesn't know who to trust because she was badly burned in the past. Have a conversation, see if you can help. That's all I can tell you. Thank you, of course. In any stocks? No, mostly on real estate right now. Do you have any good private money lender you recommend? Private money, it's in your own network. That would be the best private money. Do you have a recommended private money lender? Someone in your network? Thanks, bro. Of course, Azus. No worries. No worries. Many buyers in my market in Florida said I was crazy on FL, said I was crazy about my offers and that I am out of my mind. What should I tell them? If they want the most money, tell them if they want the most money possible, they should probably list the property with a realtor. That's always what I tell everyone. If you want the most money for the property, go list the property with a realtor. That's probably that's exactly what I'd tell you. Isaiah says, let's say you're new to the business. Your first assignment is 25. What do you do from there? Great question, Isaiah. I think 25,000, you start dialing in systems a little more. You start pulling legitimate lists from listrei.com. You start going out and you just start doing more high equity lists. You start getting teams cold calling for you. You actually start creating more of a business in there and kind of repeat what you did. So if you got your first deal drawing for dollars, I would go all out and even doing more on that. That's probably what I'd tell you. Probably do even better doing that. So that's probably what I'd personally recommend when it comes to doing $25,000 to make 25K. Once you make that money, that's what you should do. There's other ways to do it. I mean, once I made 25, I kind of just reinvested in bandit signs and still trying to learn the business. I would still cold call, still drive for dollars. That's still going. Mario says, Zach, how can I reach you on a property here in Port St. Lucie? Send you an email, but no response. Send it to support at Flip with Rick. You're probably sending it to a dead email at Flip with Rick. If you try Zach at Flip with Rick, it won't come up. So just do support. Many buyers in my market in Florida say I'm crazy. How do I overcome this? You got to talk to more sellers. That's the easiest way to do it. Talk to more sellers. You will have more results and you will just do better, guys. That's probably what I'd recommend, Cynthia, is when you have that many buyers and you got to deal with them. They say you're crazy. You're just not talking to enough sellers because you'll get a yes and you'll have results. Hi, Zach. I'm in Houston, Texas. I just started using a VA yesterday to cold call. What strategy should I use to make good use of my VAs with regards to cold calling? What's the minimum number of leads you have in cold calling campaign? So started using a VA yesterday to cold call. What strategy would I use to make good use of my VA with regards to cold calling? I want at least 2 to 3 leads a day. Super big, super good quality. That's probably what I'd recommend. Hey, Zach, love your content. I have a quick question. When calling probate leads and someone asks where you got their information, what's the best response? If you're calling a probate lead and they ask you how you got their information, there's 2 ways to do it. Say, hey, we got it from public record, or you can kind of diffuse it and just say, hey, the marketing department got it. That's probably the best way to do it. Other ways you can do it, but that's probably the best ones to do. Just checked out PropStream, the house on MLS. There's no mortgage or liens, no sign of distress, and no similar comps nearby. Awesome. 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 Boom, boom, boom. Sweet, sweet, sweet. The only flip that's close to Costa Mesa was done and it was sold for 2.4 and it was a 4.3.5. Seems like Costa. Yeah. Oh, that's what I said. Maybe 2.6 if appreciation's gone up over the roof, but like it's probably closer to that. Could it be more? Could, but probably not. That's probably what I would say from there. Oops. Hey, Zach, thanks again for the nuggets. What's up? What's up for Friday? Any hints? I'm so excited. We're in Seattle where wholesaling is no sailing. Let's do it. No hints, but it's going to be a very exciting one. I'm pumped up for it. Zach, please comp. All right, let's do it. 504. Bonita. It's a hard one, Texas. Again, that is a non-disclosure state. So I can look at properties on the market. That's probably where I can help you out the most on here. But again, I would need MLS access, but I can try to help you. I mean, I'm not the best with Texas, but I mean, if I was in that market, I'd probably have better results, but we'll see. Let's see here. Can you give me some info just so I don't have to go to the property appraiser for this one? I mean, I could if you want me to, but I don't want to hold up the stream for this one. It says it's 11:39. Let's see here. see what's on the market around here. Let's see if you gave me some more info here. Okay. When you're doing comps, you want to make sure you're within 500. So if it's 1149, we're going to do 1500. We got about 275 here. Decent. I need some information on this property. I mean, what is it looking like? What is the pictures? It looks decent. I mean, I'm just tuned on the hip. I saw if it's in renovated, probably closer to 280. If that sold for 270, and that was an okay. I mean, fully renovated, probably closer to 290. But that's probably I would say I need more information. Isaiah says Jerry Norton's huge proponent of wholesaling on market properties where you're opposed, Zach. Go meet me 7-figure wholesalers that do on market versus 7-figure wholesalers that do off market. Go ask me and go tell me any guys that do just on market that are doing well and they're happy. Very, very low. That's all I can say. For the majority of wholesalers, it's not good. It's why you don't see one like big YouTuber or not guru, but like guys just saying they're killing it in wholesaling because they're only doing on market. Guys, if on market wholesaling was amazing, everyone would be doing it. I mean, that's the advantage we have in wholesaling real estate is the property's off market. I think we're forgetting that. Zach says, I found a fire damaged home and I tried to research on the PropStream, but no luck. Go to True People Search, call the owner and see what you can do to have success. Kelly says, so after your VA gets a yes, what do they do next? Schedule or ask for a good time to reach him back. Ask them for a good time to reach back. And then from there, if they're okay with it, I would probably put them in the podium and someone on our team would just give them a call. How frequently do you pull the niche list from listREI.com? Once a month. Jared Henry asks a good question here. Hey, are you still using ZenCall? Would love to see my system. I'm using ZachDialer.com. We switched over just because of the Trace Act. We didn't want a Canadian company working on it because they're dealing with different laws. And Batch is basically on top of everything. So ZachDialer.com is kind of what I use right now. And that's where we've had the best success. So I could tell you right now, Zach Dialer is the best for us currently right now. Use whoever you want, but that's where we've had the best success. Hey, Zach, just curious, man, with previous mailers, about 2,000 had misprints, so the company gave me 2,000 mailer credits. I was wondering which list would benefit the most from just 2,000. I would say a high equity vacant, probably. Let me know what market you're in, Emilio. That'll probably help me out greatly. But I could probably say right now, I would probably say high equity vacant if you're in like a smaller market. Hey, Zach, what we do for earnest money? I just do $100. You could do less, but yeah, probably 100. I would say $100 is what minimum you should be probably doing just to help you get protected if someone tries to steal your deal. How big of a list should one pull, one VA busy cold calling all month? Pull this at least 10,000 and see if they can rip through it, depending if you're doing a 10 or 3-line dialer. Seal says here, I'm too broke to double close and assignments are my only option. Perfect. Do I have no other option than to nerf my profits or risk it? I will DM what my name means. I just do one assignment and then go through it and then boom, double close from there. You're not gonna don't nerf your profits. I I've had closings where it said my assignment fee and they were still good. It was closing day. I've never had a seller tell me once, "Oh, I saw you made 20,000. Done. Get out of here." I never wanted to. Guys, you're here to provide a solution. They're getting the price that they agreed for, and it's good. You could always, yeah, give them more money. Fine, nerf your profits down to 5K, whatever you want. But I wouldn't do it. It's just my opinion. Also, can you quickly go over probate wholesaling process? Of course, the probate wholesaling process is, let's say someone unfortunately passes away. What you want to do is contact the person who is an heir to the property, who's actually going to get this property. From there, after they agree, so, oops, let me just get readjusted here, guys. So, well, can go over the probate wholesaling. So, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this for a beginner. Again, freewholesaling.com has it, but let me kind of break this down for you. So, if you want to go over the probate process, someone passes away, you want to contact the heir. And the heir of the property is someone who's going to inherit that property. These are the people we want to actually have conversations and the people we want to talk to. So if those are the people that we want to talk to, we want to get a hold of them. So my favorite ways is cold calling and like sending mail to them. That's where I've had the best success in wholesaling. There's other ways to do it, but that's personally where I've had the best success. So I would start doing that. The best way to find someone who has properties that they're going to get inherited and someone unfortunately passes away, the best way I found is by just calling them. And you can do for your local county's clerk of the court. That's probably the best case scenario for you to do. Get to the clerk of the court and ask them and ask these sellers if they want to sell their property. You go to the clerk of court, you can actually pull their information pretty easily. Very simple, really, to do. That's as simple as this process should be. You pull the information, you go to True People Search, find the owner, and cold call them. You could send a mail to the heir saying, unfortunately, I'm sorry of your passing of your loved one. If you're ever interested in possibly selling the property, let me know. That's what I've seen. That's the wholesaling process. It's as simple in probate as regular wholesaling. There's some not loopholes, but there's different ways the closing happens. If you have a good closing company, good title company with the closings, you should be fine. But the probate process is pretty simple. Sometimes the title gets disputed. There's like 10 heirs to the property, but overall, it's not too bad. Horacio says seller says 3-2 needs new flooring and kitchen. Yeah. Let me go back to this and let me look at it really quick. I would probably say you're probably closer to 2. It's probably closer to 230. If it needs a new flooring and kitchen, it probably needs new AC, probably need a new roof and everything. That's probably what I'd say. Hey, Zach, do you have a code for batch skip tracing? Yeah, you just use code Zach. That'll probably get the best results. Code Zach, ZACH. Code Zach will help you out there. Emilio says I'm in Southern Oregon, Jackson County, and Josephine County. Yeah, I'd probably go after probates. Eric Acosta asks, when a seller asks for my website and I don't have one, what is a good rebuttal? I mean, I keep it old school. So like if you're talking to me, hey, I don't have a website. I just keep it old school. If you want to get in contact with me, just call me. I mean, I don't have do you have a website? I don't have a website. I just buy properties. Me and my partner, we usually like buying properties. So we don't have a website for it. We're not this big company. We don't buy hundreds of properties every single month. I mean, if we did, we'd probably have a website, but we don't. We're kind of mom and pop, and we keep it very simple. That's the best way I'd probably answer that. Let's see here. In Texas, they don't provide the probate list. In the clerk of the court, they don't. Give me a second. Alrighty, let me just pop this up really quick. Give me a second. Just make sure I got this right. Harris County, Houston, Texas, right here. Probate. All the information's there. Boom. Simple as that. Let's do that. I'm literally in Houston right now. I'm literally in Houston pulling up the probates. So, Fiona, I don't think you're right on this one. All the information. I just see a Margaret, what is it? Margaret H. Thiessen's deceased. I can look up that property and go from there. Yeah, I probably can't get like the documents, but then I just go in the property appraiser, look at Market H. Houston. Boom. Go talk to him. That's it. Guys, the probates are there. I don't literally like some people just say like Fiona, I think you're talking good faith here, but just blatantly just saying that there's no probates in Houston, they don't provide the list. I literally in Houston, Texas right now pulling the list. So just be careful what you say. You're going to give misinformation in this business, and that's an issue. So yeah, I just pulled the probates right here. Very simple, very easy. Let's see here. Hey, Zach, I'm new and I live in Homestead. What houses should I aim for? Homestead's an interesting one. Homestead's find the median housing price in Homestead. So let me do it for you right here. Let me go to Zillow. If you just want to do Homestead, I'll just go to Home Value Index here. Set Florida. 310. So what that means is you want to stay under 310,000. That's definitely the area I would want to stay under. Stay under 310,000. You should be good. Homestead's an interesting one. I would look for more rundown properties, code violations, water shutoffs. That's probably the one I would recommend doing. Cynthia says, "Hey, in Arizona, our county unleash probate on county step. How can I get a list if there are given info out at the steps? Is there information on the steps? You might have to request it and get a login, but that's probably what I do." See here, one arrow. I have a question. When the seller cites the contract you sent, wait. So yes, when the seller signs the contract, you send it to the title company with your earnest money deposit. That is 100% correct, Joel. I'm in Illinois, going for my broker's license. I want to wholesale and make income. That's a good plan. Probably in Illinois, you got to be closer to that. So good job there. How many days would you theoretically need to close before a foreclosure auction? Depends on the state. Sometimes you're actually able to do it a week, and sometimes you're able to do a month or the day before. It depends on the state. Look up your local laws and ask, or you can actually call the county clerk of the court and see. What's the link you just found? Harris County Clerk of the Court. Easy. Harris County Clerk of the Court probate just popped up. What's the link? The Harris County Clerk of the Court, guys. Boom. Harris County Clerk of the Court. Thanks. I went to the county clerk of Fort Bend probate list. Let's see. Let's see here. I'd probably call and try a FOIA request. Let's see if I can get it. So you said you're in Fort Bend. So let me go to Google really quick. I mean, Fiona, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying you just can't go out here and just say, "Hey, it doesn't work," or it's the worst thing ever. Like, guys, don't just say it blatantly that it doesn't work if it doesn't. So you said in Fort Bend doesn't work. So Fort Bend County Clerk of the Court, go here. Uh, Birth and death, search records. Give me a second here. Search official records. See if you guys can see me. Oh, no, you guys can't see it. Let me go back. Hold on. Where it says here, search official records. I click that. And now we're in this part. This area right here. Click death. Search death index. Let's do for the month. So it's the 11th right now. So let's do since the 1st till today. I'm going to search that up. These are death records. Pretty cool. We're going to look up Margot Vacuas, and we're going to see if she owned any property. We're going to go to the property appraiser and search that name. If they owned a property, boom, we're going to find the errors from there. Easy. And we're going to skip trace that. Boom, probates. Simple. Like, guys, that's how simple as this process should be for probates. Great information, Zach. Thank you. I appreciate that one arrow. Cool. Okay, so on closing day, do you sign with the seller first or the buyer? Depends on the state, obviously, but usually you have the seller sign, the buyer sign. You should be good. You should be able to just not really have to sign anything. You just got to pick up check on closing day most of the time, but sometimes if you're doing a double closing, you got to sign it. But sometimes you got to sign off on the money and get like a W-2 sent to you or 1099. So sometimes that happens. Which website have you found to give the best leads for cold calling, PropStream, batch leads, and the rest? I like listrei.com. I've always had the best success with listrei.com when it comes to leads. I'm still testing out batch with it, but we're doing it. Maria says you'll need to file FOIA reform, but yes, but if you want to do that thing I just said, that's the easiest way to do it. With respect to my last question on auctions, what does the step-by-step process look like for stopping foreclosure? I've heard having a signed contract, calling the bank is good enough. Thoughts? It depends on the bank. So if I can get, do I have enough followers if I get in trouble saying bad things about a certain like smaller bank in Florida? Probably. Okay, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to get like a bank suing me for defamation, but there's a certain bank here in Florida, and they're notorious. And if they're getting a good deal on a foreclosure or something, they're going to be really bad. And some banks like Bank of America or like Deutsche Bank, they're really easy and simple. So in respect to that process, most of the time you just have a signed contract and you talk to a nice guy at the bank or a nice gal at the bank and you're nice and it happens. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes once a date is done, it's there. The sheriff's like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's what I'm saying. You got to look at your state's laws. Most of the time, a signed contract and calling the bank and having a good agent and being a nice person helps. Sometimes it doesn't. So that's what I could say from there. One arrow. It's up. I'm a little bit scared of doing probates and pre-foreclosure. I think I need more knowledge because there's a lot more moving parts. The more experience you have with it, yes, but don't be worried about it. Just keep it going. The more action you take, the better. Thank you for sharing this. Of course, probate laws. Search probate laws your state. Hey, brother, thanks for the great information. Let's see. What does the closing look like? In general, the closing's pretty easy. I mean, once you have the contract signed, you literally have the earnest money from you. You have the assignment signed. You have their deposit. It's pretty easy. I mean, the money goes from the buyer to the seller, and then the title company gives that money. And then from you, you'll get your assignment fee on there. So let's say we agree to purchase the property $100K and we assign it for $120. What's going to happen is the buyer is going to give $120,000 to the title company. Title company is going to give you 20 and then 100 to the seller because the seller agreed to 100 from you. Boom, you're good to go. Simple as that, guys. Dive in. Yes. If I'm doing a virtual wholesale, can I use my local title company to do everything, and does the title get the money from the buyer? I would use a local title company at the place you're virtually wholesaling because the laws are sometimes different. Boom. That's it, guys. I truly appreciate it. That is actually how to turn $400 into $40,000, guys. Get it going. Take action. Consistency is king. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. And we're going to do a longer podcast type video tomorrow. We're going to be answering questions all day. So it'll be a fun one. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a blessed one. Stay safe, guys, and keep it